Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have a very interesting update to share about a defamation lawsuit that was filed by a Dominion Voting Systems employee. So the employee sued a man named Joe Oltmann. He is being sued by Eric Coomer. And Coomer, you guys might recall, he is a former executive for Dominion Voting Systems. He alleges that he and his family were targeted by the MAGA cult after Oltmann told his audience that Coomer was planning to rig the 2020 election. So Oltmann said on his show that Coomer took part in a quote-unquote Antifa conference call, and that Coomer told the other people on the call he was going to help rig the election. Why you would admit that in an open call, I don't know. But anyway, a judge found that Oltmann's conference call story was, quote, probably false and evasive and not credible. MAGA, though, they fell for it hook, line, and sinker, of course. So they showed up at Coomer's home. They threatened him. They threatened his wife and his children. And so Coomer was forced into hiding for a period of time. So Coomer sued Oltmann. He also sued almost 24 other people, some people who helped to propagate Oltmann's story, also, other stuff, just the Dominion lie in general. One of the other people that Coomer is suing is the founder of the conspiracy-riddled Christian nationalist events you may have heard of. They're called the Reawaken America Tour. It's a man named Clay Clark who started those. So recently, Oltmann was called as a witness. He was called to sit for a deposition in the defamation case against Clark. So Oltmann shows up, but he refuses to answer any questions about his so-called source for this conference call. And then he just got up and left. He just bailed. So Oltmann went on his show after that, and he said that he warned his attorney about this in advance. He said, quote, "I'm not answering these questions." This is what he supposedly told his attorney. Quote, "And if it happens, I'm going to do something. And I have to be careful what you tell the attorney because you don't want to put them between a rock and a hard spot." But it was weird because he was like, well, we can just go in front of the judge. And I was like, that's not how it works, Mark. That's his attorney. That's not how it works. They're going to make that threat. They're going to take the threat. They're going to weaponize the system. They're going to force me to divulge my sources. So the problem for Oltmann is that the judge did order him to reveal his supposed source. So now he's facing possible sanctions and a contempt of court charge on top of the defamation suit, possible judgment, a likely judgment. And here's the thing. It's not really clear if Oltmann got played by some other nefarious actor or if there's something else at play here. So the reason I say that is Oltmann's quote unquote source might be this guy, this troll, this online troll that you see here on your screen. This is a man named Joey Camp. In social media posts, Camp claimed credit for this story. And some people in Oltmann's circle have admitted that, it could have been Camp who was on that conference call. I mean, there was no video, it was just audio. So, it could have been Camp making those statements, pretending to be Coomer. And, then he lied and he told Oltmann, oh, that was Coomer. Yep, here's the proof. And this Camp guy gets better. He mysteriously fled the United States recently. And he is now living in Belize. And what do you know? He was recently charged in Belize for spreading false news. Apparently they charge for that over there. So apparently he has lied. He's made up stories about the murder of a member of their Coast Guard. So he's been charged. So yeah, he could have been trolling Oltmann, or he could have been trying to gain some street cred with MAGA. Who knows? I would like to hear from Mr. Camp. I would like to find out if maybe somebody put him up to this. Maybe someone paid him. I mean, there's no proof. I'm saying this is total speculation on my part, but, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to think that he is framing Coomer. And somebody may have put him up to it. Could have been his own idea. Who knows? That is a distinct possibility. The other obvious possibility and answer is that Oltmann made this whole thing up. And that, again, it's also a real possibility because some of the evidence that he provided appears to be fabricated. So Oltmann claims that he was personally on this conference call, and he provided a screenshot to the court. And, or he said, I should take that back. I don't know for certain that he said he was personally on it, but he said that someone was personally on it and heard these comments. He then provided a screenshot to the court to show that this call took part, or whoever it was that got this evidence, quote unquote evidence, came about it in real time. They were on this call with Coomer or whoever it was that made these comments. So the conference call was on September 26th of 2020. It appears that that is a fact, that there was some sort of conference call. Don't know who hosted it, don't know how legitimate it was, but an investigative reporter said that they found that there was a Google Doodle that was shown on Oltmann's screenshot, and that Google Doodle is dated November 11th of 2020. So months later, after the election. So lots of questions. We may never get the answers to those questions, but it definitely sounds like Oltmann's in for a big loss. Like he is in for a loss in this defamation case, because if that's all he has to go on, something that's dated wrong, a screenshot that isn't even dated on the correct date that he claims it was, not good. Should have known better. Should have known that this wasn't legit. So I guess we'll find out. I will definitely keep you all posted on all of this. I know there's a lot of names. It's a convoluted story, but these people, these election deniers. Anyway, I will let you know when I hear more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Links are below in the description box on YouTube and the podcast. Truly appreciate you all. Love you. Take care. Talk with you soon.